You want to say, yeah, we weren't perfect, but that is the very definition of white privilege. If you were black, sir, I guarantee you that if your great-great-grandparents were picking cotton, your version of America, your perception would be different.
Yeah, so I just wanted to respond to what you were saying about immigration. So is there an amount of illegal immigration or like an amount of illegal people who would be living in the country where you'd say it's, I mean, I would say it's a national security issue, but where you would just say it's too much when you do something about it?
Well, a couple things. Whose land was this that we're sitting on right now? Is it our land or was it the Native Americans?
It's ours. We conquered it.
Oh, we conquered it. Did Mexico own the land all the way up to Utah?
I couldn't give you the specifics, but likewise from...
Oh, I thought we were talking about illegal immigration. I mean, because basically Americans illegally immigrated here and murdered people and stole their land. I just thought we should have a historical conversation and then get into the Hawaiians and how we stole black people from Africa. But here's the problem, right? How many people, did you know that 93% of crimes committed in this country, 93% are committed by young white men, U.S. citizens, between the ages of 17 and 25? Well, let's talk about that. Why do you think that is, sir?
Because most of the people who live in this country are white. That's why. Okay.
So what's your solution to solving the white crime problem in this country? Young men, 93%, by a large margin, it's men, not women. And yet we never vote for a woman because they're too emotional. Yet 93% of gun violence is committed by white men, U.S. citizens. And your question is, what are we going to do about the brown people in the country because it's a crime? Is that what you're saying, sir?
No, you were talking about illegal immigration before, so that's why I brought it up. If you want to talk about something else, we can. But I asked you a question and you just pivoted.
Well, this is my problem with what's going on with immigration. Okay, the person that's doing this, the people that voted for him. I'm assuming you voted for Trump, right?
Yes, sir.
Of course you did. So you voted for a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, the guy who led to the death of Officer Sitnick and long-term disabilities for other officers, a guy that can't even keep his marriage vows, and you call it on the show and your comment is, what are we going to do about the brown people whose documentation isn't right? Do you see how that's not a serious conversation, sir?
Yeah, it is, because we're not talking about Trump's personal life. We're talking about the country.
Oh.
Yeah.
So morality doesn't matter. As long as you give me cheaper taxes and you demonize the brown people, I'll vote for you.
What are you talking? I never said
he's a rapist,
taxes.
Sir. Why wasn't rape a red line for you?
One more time, sorry.
Why wasn't rape a red line for you? I want to know. Let's talk about it.
So I've actually talked about this on this show before.
Tell me.
As far as I'm convinced, I haven't been convinced that Trump is.
Oh, you haven't been convinced at a court of law by a jury of his peers. You're not convinced. But the brown people are the criminals in this country. January 6th was peaceful, right, sir? It was Antifa. Was it George Soros? Was it the deep state, sir? Which one was it? Which card are we going to use today? Pick one. Go ahead. Use the white victim card, sir. Which victim card do you want to use?
Capitol. What are you talking about? It was the people protesting who went in.
Yeah, and Donald Trump pardoned 1,500 people that beat police officers and murdered one of them. And you're fine with that, right?
I just want to get your position straight. So because
the position is that you care about the brown people. Give me the names. Let's talk about that. Give me the names of 20 undocumented immigrants that have murdered U.S. citizens. Go. That's a fair question. Go ahead.
Do you really expect me to have 20 undocumented citizens?
You're saying, sir, in all fairness, you made a claim, and you're saying that there's this horrible thing happening. It's a national security thing. And all I did was say, sir, give me the names of 20 immigrants that are undocumented that have murdered people. And your response is, I don't have that information. I just know that my orange daddy told me it's true, so it must be true.
Dude, I can't name 20. If you asked me to name 20 people of virtually any group of people at all, I couldn't give you 20 names off the top of my head.
Give me the names of. Give me the names of 20 schools in the United States that teach CRT in grades K through 12. Go.
I mean, the one I did. I'm not going to dox myself, but the one I did definitely did. I mean, if you're just talking about
One.
schools that teach people that like white privilege is like a bad thing and stuff like that, I'm sure there's more than 20 of them.
So you're a racist, right? That's what you are. You're a white supremacist. Just say it.
No,
You're not.
I think white people doing well isn't a problem, and I don't really see how that is logical. That
Do you want to make
being
do
privileged
you
because
want to make
something
America
that's
great again, sir?
What's up?
Do you want to make America great again?
I want to make America great. I mean, again, is a subjective word. I want it to be great. Yeah.
Why is again a subjective word? I thought make America great again was the whole thing. What year was it great? Just give me a year. Let's talk about it. What year was America
great? Every year that it's been around, it's been great. It's the greatest country on earth.
Really? So you think that black people that couldn't sit on a bus, that was great for them?
No, and we changed that because it was leading to social problems.
200 years after we started this country, we allowed black people to sit on a bus. Wow, that's really nice of us, sir. Wow. When did women have the right to have credit and vote? What year? 1919?
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened in the first place. But
it shouldn't have happened in the first place. So whatever. Let's talk about the 3/5 clause, sir. What do you think about the 3/5 clause?
It's an antiquated thing that we don't follow anymore. That's what I think about.
What do you think about the founding fathers?
What about them?
They owned slaves like they were cattle. What do you think about them? Are they heroes or are they racist plantation owners?
I think Alexander Hamilton was a good guy. I think George Washington was a good guy. I can't give you all the founding fathers off the top of my head, but
who were the only people? So these founding fathers, who were the only people that this country was designed to benefit? There was one group, and what was that one very narrow racist group, sir? Who was it?
Who is the group that this country was designed to benefit? Is that what you're asking?
It's a very simple question, sir. Who is the group that this country was designed to benefit?
This country was founded by and for the benefit of
21-year-old land-owning white men. That's the answer to your sentence. Why is that? If it's a great country, sir. Because see, this is why it's hard to have conversations with you, people like you, because you don't want to accept what this history is. You want to say, yeah, we weren't perfect, but that is the very definition of white privilege. If you were black, sir, I guarantee you that if your great-great-grandparents were picking cotton, your version of America, your perception would be different. You don't want to take 2 minutes to look at it through the shoes of somebody else that doesn't look like me. And that's why we're here, sir. And that's why people like me have to have conversations with people like you, because you refuse to accept that this isn't a great country for everybody.
So I just want to clarify your position. So because of the history of racism and slavery, which I never said didn't happen, by the way, but because of all that and because of segregation and Jim Crow and people getting discriminated against and all, because of that, we can't enforce policies to make our country better. Like I'm curious what the point of bringing all that up is. Because
you still can't say that this country's never been great for everybody. Say it then. Just say it. If you
can have a great country.
No, you can't. No. You have a great country for white people. You have a great white country. And that's the problem. You can't even say that this country hasn't been great for everybody. That's the problem, sir. You can't even say those words, and I can. All right?
I mean, I just admitted slavery was a bad thing, so I'm not really sure.
It was a bad thing. They fed people to alligators, sir. They kept them separated from their families. They couldn't sit on a bus. They lynched them. It's a bad thing is one of the most grossest understatements of things I've ever heard in my entire life. It was a bad thing. That's literally the very definition of white privilege, sir. It's a bad thing. Wow. The Niners losing the Super Bowl was a bad thing. What happened to black people was an atrocity. It's a bad thing.